Hello again, good afternoon, and welcome to Voice of the Valley. I am your host, Cathy Wilcox. We are going to have so much fun in the show, and you can see we are in the ballroom, and I am rather glammed up, maybe for New Year's or what have you. I want to thank everyone, first of all, for tuning in last week. All your comments, your suggestions are very much appreciated, and I hope you tune in every week. I want to remind you, first of all, that while you're watching us, you can send us a question in real time. So to me or my guests or, general information, it's right to the right of the video. And it says talk to the host or something along those lines, and you can actually type in your question and we can get that answered in real time. My first guest, I'm so excited to present Carole Love. She is an actual Broadway baby. She's been on Broadway, and I want to read what she wrote because I couldn't do any better than this. This is a very talented lady, and contrary to the advice of her peers who told her she needed to focus on just one of her gifts, she enjoyed working all of the arts. She is extremely talented. She is a professional actress and singer, an award-winning artist, a writer, a doll maker, and a costumer. And we are going to focus on just a few of her enormous collection of clothes, vintage costumes. She's got bags, shoes, hats, and they're absolutely stunning. And she's actually wanting to part with them, and I can't believe that, but we're going to help her do that, hopefully. And we're going to showcase a number of her clothes. This is Carole Love, and welcome.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you here. I'm so glad to have you here.
So wonderful to be here.
And just tell us a little bit about your Broadway experience, who you've worked with, some of the shows you've been in.
Okay, well, I got my first really professional singing job. A girlfriend of mine happened to be a singer, and she was in Porgy and Bess with Pearl Bailey.
Yes.
And they were going on tour, well, a 6-month tour. And so I just said offhand, well, if somebody drops out, let me know. And she says, why? Would you like to go? Yeah, I would. So she talked to Pearl, and I was in the show. So that was my first show. And I got off of that show in New York City, stayed there for 8 years. I did a lot of off-Broadway, summer stock, had some leads in summer stock, and got into Funny Girl, the Broadway tour of Funny Girl. And then I got off of that back in California and stayed in California doing shows and writing shows and doing costuming until I got the chance to audition for Cabaret. And it was to understudy Signe Hassel, which in the stage show is the leading role. So I did get to do it for a week in Chicago, and that's just part of the story.
And they didn't call you to do Liza Minnelli's part when they did the movie?
No. They always made me be old ladies, and now I am one.
Nonsense. I won't even listen to that. We're going to, I have to get up. I have to show you this dress because I think it was made for me. I really do. Doesn't this just scream Marilyn? And I know that the new Marilyn movie is just out, but check this dress. This is fully beaded, and I had to, oh my God, I was cursing Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving, but then when I tried this dress on at Carole's house, it was a wee bit snug. So I've been binging and purging all weekend. I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But it's got this really sexy slit up the back, and it must weigh 5 pounds. I mean, it is fully beaded. And then Carole's dress, if you could just stand up for a minute and show us your dress. Wouldn't this be beautiful as like a mother of the bride or... And again, for New Year's, which is coming up, and we must plan for New Year's. So this is a beautiful, what color would you call this?
In fact, I'm thinking I might wear this to the SAG Awards this year.
You're going to SAG Awards?
I'm hoping to.
Can I go? Oh my gosh, I might go to this. Really?
That would be great.
You're my new best friend, Carole. Did you know that? I just love you so much. But what color would you call this? Because I don't know if it comes...
burgundy.
It's a very deep burgundy, and this is like a bluish gray gunmetal. Yeah, exactly. So, and what era is this from? Is this vintage or?
I think it's timeless.
Well, it's definitely timeless, absolutely.
I think probably around the 30s.
I mean, I just...
30s to the 60s, maybe.
Okay. And like Carole said, it is timeless. I mean, it can go it can be worn, I'm sure, 50 years from now. But we're going to show some of your collection, and just tell us really briefly how you got started costuming. I've seen your catalog is on Facebook, and it's under Carole Love, and it is under catalog, right? Mm-hmm. And you can see her extensive collection. So how did you get started doing that?
Somebody asked me the other day, said, well, why did you collect all these costumes? And I said, God only knows.
Hindsight is wonderful.
I have a love of fabric. I have a love of color. I love costumes and beautiful things. So I would maybe do costumes for somebody's show, and I would not let my costumes go. I would let them rent them instead of giving them. And so I kept collecting, and then I'd see something beautiful someplace. Oh, could I have that? And all of a sudden I had this storage bin just piled high with costumes. I said, wait a minute. I thought I had a few things. I think I'm wrong.
And now it's really kind of out of control. I mean, it's just like
it's
enormous.
In control now, but it took my girlfriend and I almost a year to get it all cataloged and everything hung up.
I've seen the binder. The binder of all of her dresses is this thick.
Oh, but everything in it is so beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Everything's like new. It's not like it's costumes that have been rented out and worn out or anything.
These are beautiful. In fantastic condition and worth every cent. But
and I'm giving them away.
Practically, yes. Now, I am also a lover. I'm an actress, and I love clothes, and I love sparkle because I'm a ballroom dancer. Tell us a little bit about this. I love this.
This is a dress I designed for a 20s show that I did, and I just designed it and made it.
Mm-hmm. So you actually made this.
Yes.
Who taught you to sew?
I do everything just, off the top of my head.
Wow, that's talent.
I think maybe I brought it in from other lifetimes or something.
I believe that. Now, this is an interesting piece. This is a two-piece.
This was I did a show called America at the Tower Theater, and it was about the music of the 40s.
Okay.
And this was Ado Annie's dress. She did a number from Oklahoma.
That's beautiful.
And I made that dress for her.
Now, I just want to put a shout out to the local community theaters, Roger Rocca's, Good Company Players, high schools. This is an incredible collection. I mean, you definitely need to check this out and get in contact with Carole for purchasing.
It's over 1,800 pieces.
1,800 pieces. Mm-hmm. And this I love.
Well, this I didn't make. This is just something I like because it sparkled.
Yeah.
But I got to show you the secret of this dress.
Okay.
Turn this around. Look at the back.
Woohoo!
It could be worn low or it could be worn.
Now it is unzipped. We have to be.
Okay. Well, we wouldn't have it that low.
No, this is very low. Okay, so we'll zip it up a little bit. Okay, is that it?
Yep. No, it's
a little bit more. There we go. Okay, very sexy. Okay, we have a question. My first question. I'm so excited. Where is the shop? Can men come in and buy Christmas gifts for their wife? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this question. Unfortunately, there's no shop.
Yeah.
The shop is the catalog. Go ahead and explain.
The shop is my storage bin. However, if you see something in the catalog you like, or you'd like to come and look at the catalog and pick something out, it has the size and the price, very inexpensive, then I will go dig them out of the storage for you.
Now, let me put another suggestion out there. I have always wanted to open a rental shop for ballroom costumes. And I would love to have this collection. If someone wants to go into business with me and wants to put up a slight investment, if you have a storefront, we could display these. It would be awesome for costuming or for purchasing some of the gowns. But it's just a treasure trove.
This is one of the ones I call a specialty. It's more like a costume for a singer or somebody, an entertainer.
Or cha-cha-cha.
Or cha-cha-cha.
Or Roomba. Yes, right? There was another question? Can we pull that up real quick? Okay, I want that dress. Which dress? Well, I have that hourglass. My dress? This dress? I'm sorry, this one's taken. I'm buying. I'm just gonna sneak out of the studio with this, and Carole won't even know. It's our secret. It's our secret. Okay, this is cute. I love Oriental. This is very.
I have quite a few absolutely gorgeous Oriental Asian
Look at the
type
beading
things.
on this. Look at the sparkle.
This one does have a jacket with it too. Somehow it got disconnected, but it's there somewhere.
Gorgeous color. I mean, absolutely gorgeous color. this of fuchsia. Is this fuchsia?
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. Okay. Let's see. Along with the spark, continuing with the sparkle line. This is beautiful.
We used this in America too, and it looks spectacular.
Oh my
It looks
gosh.
spectacular. I love
An evening
this.
gown, another New Year's possibility here. Can you give us kind of a price range of like your lowest to the highest?
Well, the highest thing here we haven't come to yet.
Okay.
That was $200. Now you'll see why when we get to it. But the rest of them are all under $100.
Under
Some are
$100.
like $55, $65, things like that. Just,
She's asking $100 for this dress. Now, I don't know about you, but if you walked into Neiman Marcus, you would pay a lot more than $100 for this dress. This
you
would
walk into
probably be-
Orphan Annie, you'd pay 3 or 4 times.
Exactly, exactly. So, let me see. Oh, I don't want to.
Oh, this is, oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about the 20s.
This
Look at
dress
this.
Totally.
Some like it hot.
This is the expensive one. This is $200. But $200, if you went to any other person, they would charge you $2,000 for it because it's vintage.
It's true vintage, and it just the beading on this is just phenomenal. I wish the camera could pick up a little bit more of the detail, but it is gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh, thank you. It's a little bit more of the detail there.
I love that. I think we got a hanger problem here.
Uh-oh. Do we have a little wardrobe malfunction? Okay.
This is also vintage. This is a 40s vintage.
Oh, look at this. Look
The
at that.
somebody in the 40s owned this dress.
Isn't that amazing? Look at that. That is just
Now
beautiful.
what do I got on that? $65 for a vintage
For a
dress.
vintage dress. Unheard of, really.
This is a children's costume.
We didn't even get into the children's line. There's a full line of children's costumes.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
And men's, we have men's costumes.
Now, what would a girl wear this? What kind of a performance?
Oh,
would
like
this
in
call-
Cinderella or
Oh, yeah.
something like that.
That's right, yeah. Look at the beading on this. Beautiful. And this is like a brocade?
Brocade,
Okay.
uh-huh.
See, I know my material terms.
When I do my costumes, I always get beautiful fabric.
Stunning fabric.
Yes. Oh,
Very high quality, very substantial. Nothing flimsy.
This is a treasure, 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 treasure.
Look at that.
Look at the beading on this jacket.
Isn't that phenomenal? That would be so much fun to wear.
And this is an extra large size. You know, if an older woman could wear this, it's a little heavier, and it would she'd look absolutely glamorous.
Woo! Yes, absolutely glamorous, as you do today.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
you're very welcome.
And this is the one I did for when I did Kiss Me Kate.
Oh, look at that.
This we can't. Of course, the petticoats make them look a lot better.
Oh, yes.
You know, the petticoats.
Beautiful color.
But I have tons of petticoats. But in Kiss Me Kate, she marries this man, and he takes her home on an old mule, and her beautiful gown gets all muddy and everything. So I have a petticoat that goes under this that shows the muddy stuff and everything. But this is Kiss Me Kate dress.
Beautiful. Again, a gorgeous color.
And then these are my collection of
Renaissance
I
costumes.
did these costumes for the junior college. This goes underneath the skirt in here.
We are going to wrap this little segment up, but we're going to take a couple of minutes on the other side of the commercial to just talk really briefly about the doll collection, and then we're going to talk about what Carole's going to present us with on the next show. So come back. Welcome back, and we're having a great time talking with Carole. And we want to talk very briefly because there's so much, and Carole's promised to come back to show us more of her full art collection. Her paintings are exquisite. But we just want to show a few of these dolls. Now, do you want to kind of give a background on your dolls? And you actually make the costumes for the dolls?
Actually, I've always thought about making dolls, and I found a head of a doll in a thrift shop, and so I went and took some lessons. And I've made about a dozen dolls now from scratch, and then I designed costumes for them. Now, this is my Renaissance couple. And I'll get her where you can put them where you can see them.
Does anybody watch The Tudors on BBC? This is the couple. So isn't that gorgeous? And you actually made the dolls.
I made the dolls, and then I made the boots and the clothes and the whole.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, the detail on this is really incredible. And then you've got a couple others here. Let's Let's see this.
This is my beautiful lady. She's got an Empire dress, and she won a first prize at the fair this year.
Isn't that something? Beautiful. And again, you made the doll?
Mm-hmm.
I just think I just can't get over that. I mean,
but I have tons of other beautiful dolls that I picked up because of their beautiful faces and their beautiful costumes. And they're for sale.
You know who does dolls is Marie Osmond.
No kidding.
She has a full doll line that she sells.
Wow.
On HSN or QVC or one of those. With your connections, you should be able to just pick up the phone and get a hold of her.
Sure, I know them all.
Yeah, she's on speed dial, right? I know. Yeah. So anyway, and then what is this? We have.
Oh, this was the hat that went with the Kiss Me Kate dress.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's so cute. And then we have this.
That went with the Renaissance.
The Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Renaissance. It doesn't really go with my dress, but it would look really cool with the right costume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, can we take another commercial break and get our next guest on? And I want to thank Carole Love. It's been so much fun, and as usual, the time just flies by. There's so much more we need to talk about.
Thank you, darling.
You're so welcome, and I'm going to try to figure out a way to take this dress home and make sure you're paid for it. But
okay.
And you'll come back and talk about maybe your paintings or bring more dolls in, and
that'd be great.
We'll have a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, contact us if you're interested, and don't forget Carole Love is on Facebook, and go to her catalog if you're interested in the clothes. And the webpage. What's the webpage?
CaroleLovesCreations.com.
Simple enough. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Welcome back. We have our next guest, and what is this question? Is this a new studio? The curtains are beautiful. I worked on these curtains all night. I just want you to know. I just hung them up before we came in. No, we have different backgrounds, and so because we were kind of doing a show business theme today, I thought this would be a very appropriate background. Now we're going to move on to the dating world, and we have Jennifer Barnett, who is not only my friend, but I'm a what do you call it? Customer? Client. I'm a client of Cupid for Hire, and she is one of the creators of Cupid for Hire, our local, very own local matchmaking service, not computer dating. No. This is real matchmaking. And Cupid for Hire is in association with Blair Media, and you do a lot of videos and filming and
web design.
Yeah. Exactly. So This is a offshoot.
Yes, it's underneath the umbrella.
The umbrella
companies.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. We've got a lot to talk about, but I asked Jennifer before we came back if she wanted me to tell my millionaire matchmaker story, so you all would know what a loser I am. I got a call. I submitted myself for Millionaire Matchmaker several months ago, and then many months went by, and I figured, well, they didn't want me. That was fine. And then I get a call out of the blue saying, oh, we want you on the show. You're perfect for a bachelor. Come down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So I called Jennifer first thing because she's like my local matchmaker. And I was all excited. Oh, my God, Jennifer, I'm going to be on Millionaire Matchmaker. And we're all screaming at each other, all excited. So I go down there in my Ford, and all these Mercedes are pulling up and all these, blondes and typical LA, right? And we go over to the studio, and I fill out all their forms. There's like a stack of forms like this, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to meet Patty. Is she going to be mean? Is she going to be nice? She's going to be telling me I'm too fat, drop 15 pounds and come back and see me. Well, the day goes on and on and on, and they take them up in groups of 3 to meet Patty. And I swear, some of these women came back in tears because they were just demolished by her.
You didn't tell me that. That's horrible.
It is horrible, and I felt really badly, and by the end of it, I'm thinking, well, I don't want to be on your stupid show anyway because you are mean. You are a mean. So, as it turns out, I wasn't on the show, and it just aired not Thanksgiving week, but the week before, and he was really short anyway. So, and you know how I feel about shorter men. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. Yeah. So anyway, I went home at the end of the day. I wasn't on the show. Okay. So anyway, let's talk to Jennifer. And how did you come up with the idea of Cupid for Hire?
Well, it started out when I was probably about 23 years old. I started,
So just a couple years ago.
Yeah, just a couple years ago,
yeah.
probably about 10 years ago. And
Oh,
I
wow.
started, I started matchmaking with just like some friends of mine. And I set up one of my best friends with her now husband. And they're still married. They've been married for about 4 years. And I would dabble in it, matching up different friends of mine. And I've always had success at doing it. And so one day my husband said, you know what, instead of you texting all your friends, and setting them up and playing little matchmaker, why don't we start a business? He's like, he heard online or on the radio, 1 in 5 relationships start online.
Really?
And so it's true. And so he said, let's create a website. And him being the entrepreneur that he is, he did it all in one day. And literally the next day I had my first call.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
Yeah, it was
That's
over
fantastic.
Labor Day weekend about a little over a year and a half ago. And I had my first call the very next day, and I was not prepared for it. I was like, are you serious? Somebody's calling me? Like, really? And so I ended up matching up that client, and it just kind of went from there. And it was all because my husband was tired of me matching up my friends in my spare time and not, making it a business. So.
Well, yeah, why not make it a business and
Yeah.
make some money out of it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's in your heart and you're led to that place and you feel like two people should belong together, why not? I mean, make a living out of it.
Right.
Okay, so have you read Patty's book? Do you ever watch the show?
I do watch the show,
Okay.
and I have her book,
Okay.
and she's got some great tips.
What did you learn? Because I haven't read the book. And maybe I should.
You know how women make a list, and you're one of them. You make your little list. They can't be short.
Yeah.
They can't be this. Well, I think recently you kind of took my advice, and you kind of
I
went
did.
out with somebody that she probably would not have normally went out with.
And had a wonderful time.
And had a wonderful time.
I had a wonderful
so
time.
you kind of have to, at first I would kind of listen to them and take everything into consideration. But after learning a little bit, I took a little bit from her book and said, you know what, we can't just, and there's certain things you can't, you can't give into, like religion.
Yes,
If there's somebody that's an atheist and you're Christian, you kind of can't compromise.
It's not
there.
a good mix.
But, shortness, if they don't have the certain eye color that you're looking for,
Right.
those things can all be overlooked. If it's what's inside, and personality really matters. So
Absolutely, personality. And I also have a hair thing. I like guys with hair. That's a really tough one. I mean,
Yeah.
the height thing I'm handling.
Yeah.
The hair thing is going to take a little bit more, but we'll get there. I'm a work in progress. I am a work in progress, right?
yes,
Okay.
we're working on you.
We're working on it. Yeah. I'm getting out of my box.
Her comfort
So
zone.
My comfort. There you go. My comfort
Yes.
zone. Okay. So you get a call and they come in. What's the process? Well, how do you get them going?
So basically, I bring them in. We meet for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. My husband says I spend way too much time with the clients, but I have to get to know
don't you?
them. I have to get to know them. I feel like I can't just bring somebody in and get to know them in 5 minutes and say, okay, I'm going to find your soulmate.
Exactly.
You have to get to know them, ask the questions, their likes, their dislikes, what they do for fun when they're not working. Different questions, not just what's your perfect mate. Who do you like? You like Brad Pitt? Like, I'm not going to ask you that because I do ask who your 5 celebrity hookups that you've always wanted to date or whatever.
Interesting.
But I do ask that. But I try to ask a series of questions. It's about probably 6 pages that I go through with you.
I remember.
And I try to get to know you and feel like I'm your best friend setting you up. So I feel like that's the best approach. And I spend about 2 hours with you. And then from that point, I present you with a list of packages that we offer. And you can then pick what package choice you like to go with. And they range anywhere from $100 to $1,250. The
Wow.
package prices.
The
So-
$1,250. That's a guaranteed wedding and honeymoon in Paris, right?
No, actually, it's really cool because we do if you're the client and you're a female and you want to get a facial before, we'll send you to someone that we partner with.
To me.
Yes, to Cathy. So we'll send you to Cathy, and then, or if you want a massage before, then we'll send you, and then if you want a bottle of champagne. So there's different things included at dinner that we include in that package. So it's not just you get 4 dates, it's a package deal.
Yeah.
So then I present you with those, and then you pick which one you want to go with, and then we go from there. And I present you with some options. We do like a meet and greet with several people that I think would be a fit. And then from that meet and greet, you get to choose who you want to go out with.
So it's very much like what she calls a mixer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I haven't been on one of those. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, you have. Well, you kind of did.
I kind of did.
You've been on a couple of them.
Yeah, when we went to movie premieres, and Jennifer's really hooked up. So she gets tickets to really these fun things, and we're going to be doing Best of Fresno, right, this Wednesday.
The Best of Fresno Wednesday night we're having a booth at, and we're going to be giving away some really cool prizes. And we'll have the packages there and that sort of thing so we can present them to you. And, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So those are the things that I like to do to try. I call them meet and greets, but they're really fun events that we do and we help sponsor. So that way it doesn't seem like you're being set up on a meet and greet. And I kind of don't tell anyone, and it's kind of sneaky, but it works.
That's okay.
Because then I invite all the Cupid Friar people, and then they go out. And then I'm like, so did you like anyone? And they're like, oh, yeah, I like this person. But I don't really let them know that it's a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to feel uncomfortable, and people get really nervous before dates, or
really nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, I get very nervous before dates, and especially if it's a fix up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh my God, I've got to be on my best behavior. That's so hard. I don't want to be on my best behavior.
You have to remember your manners, right?
Yes, and it's such a bummer. Who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done computer dating for a long time. And one of the most frustrating things I've found is that they tend to look just at the picture and think it's a match.
Yeah.
And then and this sounds really bad, but I spend a lot of my time with the delete button. In fact, there's no D on my delete button anymore because it's worn off. And that sounds really bad. I'm just kidding. But they don't.
I believe that.
They don't take the time to read the profile.
Yeah.
It's like he's into monster trucks and rodeo, and I'm into going to the ballet and symphonies. It's just not a good match.
Yeah.
So, what's your experience now? Before you married your wonderful husband, who is adorable, and they make the cutest couple. You have had some history with computer dating. What was your history like?
I signed up for Match.com and eHarmony.
Okay.
And not to say that they're bad, because some of my friends have been matched up through both sites. However, I had a horrible experience with both of them. Everyone that they would send to me was obviously not compatible, because a couple of the guys didn't even speak English. So I don't know how I was supposed to communicate with them. Like, their whole profile was in Spanish or like another language.
So it wasn't like an Arabian prince wanted to take you to his harem.
That would be nice, right? No.
Doesn't happen to me either.
So, I mean, it would be fine if that was, their second language, but
Right.
I can't communicate. I don't speak Spanish, so I can't communicate with some of these people. And then some of them were just clearly, just way older than me at the time. I was 21 or 22. And these people were 40, 50. And I mean, now I'm in my 30s, so I mean, maybe I'd consider, if I was single, I would consider, okay, someone in their 40s. But when you're in your 20s, you don't want to date somebody.
No, that's like grandpa.
That's like your dad.
I know, that's
you don't want to
creepy.
do that. So I just thought there's got to be a better way. And so it's just, I feel the interview process is so much more personable.
It is.
You don't have a computer picking your matches for you. You have
Right.
an actual person that gets to know somebody on a personal level. We kind of get to know, your likes, your dislikes, how you're feeling, how you approach things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it makes it a lot better than just that computer, oh, you have a new match. You know,
and
or you have a wink.
Yeah. Wink.
Wink at me.
I can't wink with this eye. I don't know why, but I can only wink with my left eye. I know, I'm all messed up.
We'll put that in your profile. She can only
wink with my left eye. I've got nerve damage on my right side of my face or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway. I do want to say that when I went in to meet with you, you made me feel so comfortable, and it was so much fun, and it was relaxing. And Jennifer's got a great sense of humor, and it's not like an interview. It's just like a discussion. It's like a conversation.
Yeah.
And you really take the time to know the person, and you really put your heart into this. And that's why I like, you and your whole way that you do things.
Yeah.
Send Jennifer a little heart, because we love her, and keep it for hire. That's their logo. So I want to encourage all of you, if you're single, I mean, it is, the holidays. And if you don't have anyone, is this a hard, okay, that brings up another thing. If you start dating around Christmas,
Yeah.
is that really awkward? Because you feel obligated to get them something, a gift or something.
You feel obligated, but I don't know. I always like to think of it as, get them something small. Like, if you're a female and you're buying for a male, cufflinks. If they wear suits, something small that doesn't break the bank,
Scream
or
neediness,
or like a massage,
like
or
a
something.
new car.
Yeah.
That's off the
just
table.
something, or if they're suit and tie, a tie or a nice shirt, nothing over the top.
Right.
Don't break the bank again. And then a male buying for female, a nice bottle of perfume or something like that. Just something, if it's new, or a nice dinner's even nice. Just take them to a really nice dinner, something romantic. But
it is appropriate to exchange
I
gifts.
think it is.
I think
and
so.
you don't have to make a big deal about
No.
it, but at least it's the thought that counts. So just
Exactly.
remember that something is better than nothing.
Exactly.
So
that's right.
Even a card.
Well, okay, I'm not going to go that far. I mean, there's got to be something to unwrap, okay? The card is not going to do it. Unless there's like a really cool gift certificate to Nordstrom's or
Inside,
something.
yeah.
That would be all right. Okay, well, I'll give you that. Do you have any disaster stories? Because those are the most fun. Where it's just like you got feedback and it just everything went wrong and the hairdryer didn't work or whatever.
I haven't had any disaster stories, but I do remember one time I set you up with someone.
No, we don't want to talk about that. No, I don't even. What?
That was probably my only. It was bad on both sides. I think
what do you
there
mean?
was no communication.
What you talking about, Willis?
There was
you didn't
no
like
communication with either. It was kind of awkward. Do you remember that date?
I think I know which one you're talking
So
about.
that's the only one so far. I would have to say that's pretty good, right?
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah, I try to really take the time to try to get to know each person before, and then really present them and give them a background on each person before we just set them up, because I don't want there to be any disaster dates. I want every date to go as smoothly as possible, because I'm stressing out as much as you guys are. I'm thinking you guys are like my little kids out there, what's going on with their date? I want to call you and I can't because you're on a date, and it's just.
And you want to buy the new dress for the wedding, and you're thinking ahead.
Yes,
I like
I'm
that.
planning.
And planning, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, this is my number one thing, and speaking obviously as a woman, okay, on a date, when a guy shows up and it's like they just rolled out of bed. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I mean, they're in tennis shoes, old jeans, a ratty pilling sweater. It doesn't look like they washed or even combed their hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is your best? What's it going to be like when you start taking me for granted, after we've been together for 6 months?
Yeah.
Really? You only have one chance to make a first impression, folks. And I'm sure that men have equal complaints or concerns about women. What have you heard?
Well, it's more from the women so men, please
clue in.
Yeah.
Listen to the expert.
You need to I try to coach all of my clients, though, especially the males. I try to let them know, where I don't know, they just don't. I know when I met my husband, he used to wear those painter pants that were not even in style anymore, and Tevas with socks. I harass him about that all the time. So if you're watching, sorry, Blake. But
we love you, Blake.
Yeah, it's just they don't. I just think they don't care. Maybe as much as women do about their appearance. They're kind of just take me for what I am. If you don't,
But they want a hot woman. They want somebody that looks like I don't know who's hot right now.
There's some guys out there though that do. Like to dress nice.
The metrosexuals. Yes. Now that's I like that.
So you can find them. They're out there, but I try to coach all my men.
And that's good. I mean, buy a GQ. If you haven't updated your wardrobe, if you haven't gone shopping in 20 years and you're still wearing MJ Hammer pants or
Those parachute pants.
Yeah, the parachute pants, and you should. No.
Yeah.
It's not good. Buy a GQ magazine or Men's Health.
Yeah.
Find out what the hairstyles are. And guys, it's fun. It's fun to dress up and look nice. It really is.
Yes.
So and women, we have so much pressure on us anyway to always
Absolutely.
look good and make sure our hair is perfect and our makeup And that's a lot of pressure, guys. And the magazines are all like, and now they're airbrushing. I mean,
Everything.
you know, the Duchess's waist is like, 17 inches. It's already Scarlett O'Hara, and they make it even smaller. Like, she's like this little wasp woman. And, it's really hard to compete with that.
It is. It is very hard, so.
And men don't have that pressure. Why is that?
Don't. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, next time you come, I want the answer to that.
Okay.
If
I'll
anybody
do some
else,
research.
do
If you have the answer, let us know.
Yeah, please, because this is, I don't know. I don't think it's just a Valley thing.
No, it's all over.
Yeah.
It's definitely widespread.
Yeah. Well, you do God's work.
Yeah.
You do. You bring people together, and that we need more of that, obviously. And you do a great job.
Well, thank you.
And what's coming up for the holidays? Any special get-togethers or mixers?
We're going to be
or
doing something for the holidays. I haven't quite set a date yet, so stay tuned to cupidforhire.com because we'll be posting something.
And this show.
Yeah, and definitely.
Voice of Valley.
Yes.
Because I'll be updating on my guests.
Yeah, we'll be doing something. I don't know what. We try to do something. We had a Christmas party last year.
Okay.
So we try to do something, for Valentine's Day and the holidays and that sort of thing. So as soon as we find out, we will definitely post it. Cathy will announce it, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What did you bring in? What is that?
Oh, this is just the magazine, Real Carpet.
She's been in a magazine.
That Blair Media did, and it's just an article, and these are my cheat notes over here. No, it's just some content that we put in Real Carpet. It was the February issue.
Okay.
So it talks about Cupid for Hire. I got interviewed by one of the writers, and they just asked me some questions about, like, where's a good place to meet people? How did you...
That's a great question. Where is a great place to meet people?
I always like to say bars are horrible.
Bars? Why? I'm sorry. I have a runny nose. I'm getting over a cold, so please excuse me. I'm so sorry. Please continue.
Bars are horrible because you don't want to meet somebody at a bar, right? Okay. So I always like to say, like, a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or something like that. I don't know why, but you can totally flirt in a grocery store. It's bump your shopping cart into somebody.
In the produce section.
In the produce
yes.
section, of course.
Ooh, check out those melons.
Or even like a local sandwich shop. Try to find some places that are local that they always say shop local. Well, go to some local places to try to find single people. Like the Starbucks. You can,
Totally.
start going, or they have teasers here. Go to those places on a regular basis.
Teasers? What's teasers?
It's a tea place, and they have one down here in Tower, and they have one in River Park too.
You're
it opened
kidding.
up. No,
I have to get out more.
Yeah, you do.
I don't. That's true.
So go there. Also, if you're a dog lover, dog parks are great.
Yes.
Walk your dog. A lot of single people have dogs. Churches are a great place. They have a lot of singles groups and networking events and that sort of thing. Those are some places that I recommend. And then going over to a friend's house for dinner. Your friends are your best matchmakers.
You think?
I do.
Really?
I really do,
Okay.
because they know you the
That's
best.
true.
And that's kind of why I started Cupid for Hire, because I was always setting up all my friends. So you want your friends to set you up, and sometimes they don't make the best decisions, because I've done that. I've set up a couple friends that I really wanted to get together, and it just was not a match
Just
made in
didn't work.
heaven. But I wanted them to be together. So those are some.
It's all about you.
Yes.
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
So those are some great places to meet people.
And with the holidays, you're out shopping. Keep your eyes open. There could be. He could be just around the corner, or she, depending on your point of view, or he and she and she. This is an equal opportunity show here. I mean, everyone's welcome.
Yes.
Do you work with gay people?
I haven't.
You haven't, okay.
But I'm open.
Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility, yeah.
All right.
Everyone needs love.
Everyone needs love. And I want to thank Jennifer Barnett for coming in, Cupid for Hire. And I'll be updating you on different activities. Don't forget Best of Fresno. We will be there. Come out and meet us.
Yeah, Wednesday, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And where's it going to be?
Downtown, I think the exhibit hall.
Okay.
But if you go to FresnoMagazine.com, I think all the directions and information's on their website.
It is a good time. So come out and see us. And thank you, Jennifer, so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And come
I
back.
appreciate it. I will.
Okay.
Okay.
And welcome back. And we are moving on. And I apologize to my next guest because I cut into their time. But I'm really excited to have James Hensley and Chris Jarvis from, I'm going to get this right, North Tower Circle.
Correct.
That's the full name. We just know it as the Circle.
Right.
Yeah, so
it's
everybody.
the North Tower Circle.
North Tower Circle. And this is James and this is Chris. So I was kind of joking during the commercial because I'm not up on my gay politically correct lingo. So if I say something incorrect, it's totally unintentional. But then they said, "Oh, we don't care. You can't offend us." So I was like, "Oh, right. Okay. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna let out my inner Kathy Griffin, and I want to establish my own gay following. And I love the gays because they're some of my best friends, and they're just
We're here to
fun.
help. We're here to help.
And I appreciate that so much.
And we give you a good rating on your outfit.
They love my dress. They love my dress. And I was thinking, I'm kind of getting off track here, but some of your performers might like to go through Carole's collection and pick out some things. I think that they would look stunning.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we will talk about that later. Well, maybe on a different show. But tell us a little bit about the history of the Circle, how you guys got involved, and how you guys got together. We just talked about dating, so how did you guys get together?
Okay, well, we met in San Francisco. I was living in Phoenix, Arizona. He was living here in Fresno. And through a mutual friend of ours, we all met on a Friday afternoon for lunch. And we met each other at that point, and throughout the weekend we spent more time together and started dating long distance. And in January,
like 3 months back and forth. I'd fly to Phoenix, he'd fly here, so we got to know each other for about 3 months.
Okay.
And in January, towards the end of January, I moved here to Fresno to be with him.
You took the commitment.
15 years ago.
15 years ago.
Outstanding. I mean, how many marriages, heterosexual. And by the way, I'm a flaming heterosexual, all right? But I love going to the Circle. I have so much fun there. I love the pictures.
Thank you.
I mean, we're all looking for the same thing, right?
Right.
He is the video director there. He puts those together.
James is the manager. I'm getting ahead of myself. James is the manager. And then Chris is the DJ, and he's in charge of promotion.
Promotion, the website, that kind of stuff.
The website.
Putting parties together.
What is your website? Before I forget, I want to make sure that
NorthTowerCircle.com.
North Tower, and you're on Facebook? Because
Yes.
I follow you on Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any kind of special plans for the holidays? Any good? I've got your list, but I'm just going to let you kind of.
We have a major event coming up this Friday.
Tell us.
We are hosting the Gay Central Valley holiday party and fundraiser.
Ooh.
We do once a year in December. We do a fundraiser for Gay Central Valley, a local nonprofit organization that provides resources to the local gay community.
Okay.
Chris is on the board of that, and he can explain better what it is they do.
Okay.
But we are hosting the event this Friday night. It begins at 9 p.m. We'll be having drag performances, raffle prizes, games, drink specials. When we have an event at the Circle, we like to include any member of the community that is looking for a venue to promote their nonprofit organizations or any organization within the Valley that is a part of the community.
Okay.
So we welcome anybody who's looking for a venue to host something. Give us a call. We'll work with you. But we like to throw together little drag numbers for them, some entertainment, maybe our mutual friend Franco sometimes does dance demonstrations.
And Sean.
And Sean does hula hooping at the bar.
Right.
Anything that just provides a fun environment for any member of the community, whether you're gay, straight, black, white, male, female,
Doesn't matter.
Hispanic. It doesn't matter to us. We're open to anybody having a good time. That's what we're all about.
The favorite part of our club is that we have such a cross-section of people. We have, men, women, gay, straight, transgender, older, younger. We attract everybody. And that's
And
what
I
we
think
like.
that's
We
wonderful.
like that mix.
I am so at home there. When I got involved with Studio 65 and dancing, it's like right across the street.
Right,
so we
right.
would go there, and the first time I went, I had no idea what to expect, and it was just so much fun. Everybody was so friendly.
Our unofficial motto is where everyone comes together.
Isn't that great?
It is.
I really,
It is.
really like that, and I really admire you for all the work that you're doing within your community. And Chris, can you talk a little bit more about what your organization does?
I'm vice president of Gay Central Valley, which has been around as an official nonprofit for 2 years now. We've been around for 7 years as kind of not-for-profit operating websites. But in January of this year, we opened the first LGBT community center that's been in Fresno for over 20 years. We're at 1055 North Van Ness, Suite A. We have several groups going on there. We have AA groups, LGBT AA groups, we have NA groups, we have coming out groups, we have arts and crafts groups, we have social groups that we just started all of that in the last couple of months. The office is staffed 4 days a week where we take phone calls from people. I've had things on bullying, all kinds of stuff. So we're helping the community in that way. And the fundraiser that we're having at the Circle this Friday, we do about 3 or 4 major fundraisers a year. This is our holiday one, and it's called Christmas Gift Giveaway.
Okay.
And we've got all kinds of great raffle prizes. We've got like a 10-person wine tasting from
Engelman
Cellars.
Ooh,
We've got
now
a
you're talking like-
gift certificate for a hotel in Hawaii, Vegas gift certificate.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding! These are
and
great prizes.
Yeah, we've got some great stuff.
Oh, well, count me in.
And so
I will
it's
be there.
$5 to come into the club as a donation. You get 2 free raffle prizes, and then you can buy more throughout the night.
How much are the tickets?
Tickets are about $1 a piece after you come in the door.
I will be there. I will be there. You can be sure that. Now, what's the attire? Should we dress holiday? Should we just
Festive and fun.
festive and fun? I'm all about the festive and fun, as you can see.
Now,
Okay.
an event coming up that might interest you and people of our generation is the following weekend we are having a weekend of disco. Friday night we will be having the Legends of Drag.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
December 9th is Legends of Drag, which is legendary drag performers from Fresno's history, doing classic numbers like Streisand, Melly, that kind of stuff. And then on Saturday, we're doing Saturday Night Fever, which is all disco all night.
Oh my God! You guys are singing my songs, and we had a question, and I wanted to make sure that we had that answered. What's up? Where is it? Where is your club?
The club is located at 2777 North Maroa Avenue. It's right at the railroad tracks on Maroa and Princeton.
Now, it is kind of tricky to get there.
It is because of
Yeah.
the one-way streets. Maroa goes one way north, Washon goes one way south. So if you come to the club from Shields Avenue, you turn left onto Maroa and swing around to Washon under the railroad tracks. And then at Princeton Avenue, there's a left turn, and you see the parking lot on the right and a round circular gray
It's a big
building.
circular building with a big bright sign. You can't miss
Hence
it.
the circle.
Right.
And
Right.
the sign out front says NTC, and underneath it says North Tower Circle.
Okay.
And it is tricky to get to, but I
It's
tell you,
worth
once you're
it.
there, you're going to have a great time, and you're going to come back often.
And absolutely true. You will feel so welcome, and I just have so much fun there. And it's just everybody. I just can't get over how friendly.
And we play all kinds of music. You know, I play hip hop, I play disco, I play house, I play all kinds of stuff. So it's not like you're only going to hear hip hop if you come to the club. I play that, but I also play the classic stuff and house stuff and all that. You know, everything.
Okay, Chris. Mental note: hip hop is my least favorite. Okay. So
Okay,
we're not
okay.
there. Okay.
Well, I
So
play
let's crank up the disco,
99%
okay?
of the requests I get. So the DJ booth's always open. You just come up, tell me what you want to hear. I play it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Like
Yeah.
Adele is one of my big. I play Adele all the time now. The remixes of Adele, people love it. So I play all the stuff.
Excellent. Okay, so we talked about your holiday extravaganzas and what else?
We'll have a big New Year's Eve party like we have every year.
Oh, New Year!
New Year's
course.
Eve is coming up. We do a big buffet at midnight. It's about $5 or $10 to get into the club, and then at midnight we put out a big buffet so people can eat. They don't get too drunk before they go home.
Good idea.
Starting in January, we'll have a new monthly party, and I'm not sure of the name of it yet. I think they're thinking Circus of Sin. It's going to be like a fetish party where they have some blocked off areas where they're like softly whipping people, that kind of stuff. Nothing, too extreme. Like it'll be like goth and industrial and that kind of
I'm
stuff.
getting the vapors.
The main thing that we like to promote at our club is that the community is made up of so many different types of people.
That's for sure.
And the one thing that we never want anyone to feel is that they cannot come to the club because they're a certain part of the community. We try to be open and welcoming to anybody who walks in the club. And my own personal thing is, and I tell people this all the time, the only people I don't allow into the clubs or we don't like having are idiots. And the idiots come in all sizes and shapes and genres.
We kind of
the
label it a
community.
no drama zone, where if you get out of hand with people, we get rid of you. But we have a high population of straight people that come to the club, a high population
That's
of women
awesome.
that come to the club. So
Yeah. Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
And we
So
do the drama-free thing. We're really big on the drama-free because you shouldn't have to deal with any type of negativity on a night when you're wanting to go out and
have
deal with
fun.
friends.
Right.
Absolutely. Listen to some music and dance and just get to know people. I mean, I was there. I can't remember what it was, but I just got the commercial sign, and so we got to wrap this up. But I had my pictures. I put my arms around him, and he was a gorgeous woman. I mean, a gorgeous woman. So I was questioning my own sexuality there for a while. But I'm pretty convinced that I'm a hetero, and I'll stay that way. But it was so much fun. And I want to thank both James Henley and Chris Jarvis from the North Tower Circle for coming in.
Thank you very much.
For coming in, and I'm sorry. Please come back.
We will, absolutely.
And I will give updates for my audience. And thank you so much. It was so great for you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for having us, Cathy.
Okay.